And we are back once again, guys, with some more Thaumic Tinkerer. Now then. Well, guys, we are back with another episode and another couple of items. The last couple of items to show you before I finish things off with Thaumic Tinkerer 2 with all of the different enchantments that you can get for the Osmotic Enchanter. But firstly, I would like to do this, which is the Kinetic Attraction. This requires 3 different aspects, and also you must have found the focus of telekinesis first. So let me show you this. Well, there's the Kinetic Attraction. You must have found Brain in a Jar. Okay, it's actually been moved. I don't know if that's Thaumic Tinkerer that's done that or what, but the Brain in a Jar used to be something that you had to actually, like, hidden research. I'm not sure why it's here. Anyway, Golem and see, where was it? Oh, well, it would be up here, wouldn't it? Yeah, there it is. One focus of telekinesis has to be found first before you can then find the Kinetic Attraction. So now that we've found it, let me get out of cheat mode there. Here it is. The 3 different things, the aspects you'll need are Mechanism, which is... there it is, Machina. You'll need Machina. You'll also need Motus, and you'll need Census to be able to find the Kinetic Attraction. Let's go and grab that. Discover that. Brilliant. And that is in here. So, working with the telekinesis focus, you manage to apply this knowledge to create a device to attract items or living beings, like a magnet. These 2 blocks have 2 states, North, which is red, and South, which is blue. In North mode, it will push items or entities away. In South mode, it will pull them in. You designed 2 devices, the Kinetic and corporeal attractors. These, respectively, affect items and living beings. The corporeal attractor involves some more complex mechanisms, to which you can access by right-clicking it with the casting wand. Using a soul mold, you can right-click on a mob to save it as a pattern, which you can set in the attractor's interface as a filter, along with settings for child or adult animals if available. I'll go through this, don't you worry about it, guys. The Kinetic Attractor, a couple of iron ingots, an air shard, an earth shard, a couple of great wood logs, and of course the 1 focus of telekinesis. 20 air, 15 terror, 5 order, 5 peditio. We'll get the attractor. And the corporeal attractor, not the kinetic one, the corporeal one, is 2 gold ingots, a couple of air shard, earth shard, a couple of great wood logs, 1 focus of telekinesis, and oh, hang on a minute. Oh yeah, gold ingots. That's what distinguishes them both. 20 air, 15 terror, 5 order, and 5 peditio. To get a soul mold, you will want an ender pearl in with 4 bestia, 8 Cognitio, and 6 or 8 Sensius. It's one of the 2. I can't really read it on this little screen that I've got. But that will get you the soul mold. So how does this work? Well, let's go into a little bit more detail about it now for you guys. First, let's start with the Kinetic Attractor. This is... get out of it. This is this thing here, and what this will do is all types of items. Now, if you remember in here, it said the 2 blocks have 2 states, which is North, red, South, blue. We'll get to that in a second. In North, it will push items. So the, where is it? The Kinetic, where is the Kinetic? What does it say about the Kinetic stuff? Does it even say about the Kinetic stuff? Affect items and living beings. So really, it's like items. Okay. So let's get some seeds. That's what I like to test with. And we'll keep out of the way. Good stuff. Right, the North mode, which is red, which is there, that will push items away from it. Or the blue mode, which is the South, will pull items towards it. Now, of course, it needs a redstone signal to be able to work properly. And there you go. That's what that does. Now, if we were to change poles, it will, of course, push items or entities all the way backwards. Now, depending on how far away this redstone signal is, depends on how much it affects it. So how much it will pull it in or how much it will push it away. Being right next to it here, that is the maximum distance that it can get pushed away. Now, that is the kinetic. Let's put down the corporeal attractor. Don't forget that you can get a soul mold. This thing here has no pattern. No pattern. Let's just go and slap this a bit. Current pattern is a cow. Wonderful. So let's go over and whoops. Can I open this? Oh, hang on a second. I have to actually use something, don't I? What was it I needed? Casting wand. My wand. Where's my wand? There it is. Okay, so if we put the current pattern as a cow in there and tell it to only pull children in, or push children away, or push adults away. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some cow spawns. Of course, I'm going to need a lever. That's going to push the cow away. Or, of course, pull it in. Ah, no, that's interesting. You go away a minute. And that's going to pull them all in. And then one flick of a switch. I can't do all because they're in the way. Change that. And then they all instantly get pushed away again. Whoa. Jesus Christ, that cow's off to the moon. There you go. So that is the kinetic attraction. Both of the items, the kinetic attractor and the corporeal attractor in there as well. And welcome back, guys. We've got the final item of this episode, which is the Talisman of Withhold. Now, this thing requires, firstly and foremostly, if we go into here, it requires the brain in a jar to be found first. So just keep that in mind, guys. And here it requires lucrum. It also requires precantatio, and it also requires humanus, which is there. Now, I can't remember. I'm sure I told you about the aspects to find the magnets, but in case I didn't, it was the mechanism, which was, what was it called? Machina, motus, and sensus as well. That's in case I didn't tell you. But this one, it requires lucrum, precantatio, and humanus, which is here. So once you've got that, once you've found it, let's learn that, and it's right inside here. I'll take your time. Okay. After knowing that zombie brains have the ability to store experience, you have created a talisman that mimics that behavior. Not to a perfect extent, though. To switch the ability to store experience, you need to shift right-click on the talisman. When the talisman is enabled, it'll absorb any nearby experience orbs. Those can be transformed back into a usable experience by right-clicking with a glass bottle in your inventory, turning that bottle into a bottle of enchanting. So it requires a diamond, nether quartz, smoky quartz, zombie brain, and a gold ingot in the middle there, with 10 bestia, 20 lucrum, 5 machina, and 10 permutatio. It's got a high instability rating. Now, one thing that I've never really understood about the Talisman of Withhold is there any real use of a Talisman of Withhold? I know it's got the ability to store experience, don't get me wrong, but you personally have the ability to store experience. So I don't know if there's any real use. I mean, you could, well, I suppose so. If you're soaking in experience and you immediately turn them into bottle of enchantings, you can store that experience somewhere. I suppose that's a good way of looking at it. So it is quite expensive though, and the instability is pretty high. But once you've got the there it is, Talisman of Withhold, make sure you shift right click on it, and now it's in absorbing mode. And if I go ahead and get some bottle enchantments myself, oops, and actually right click them rather than do that. There we are. And you can hear the noise that it makes. There it is. XP 71. And it said you can turn these back into bottle of enchantings by, what did it say I had to do? glass bottle, and right click. Oops, I was already on it. Let's get some glass bottles then. Into there. And there we are, 7 bottle enchantments that you can go ahead and store to one side for a rainy day. And that is the Talisman of Withhold. So this episode, guys, has been the magnets, the kinetic attractor, and the corporeal attractor. I can never pronounce that right, I'm sure. And, of course, the Talisman of Withhold. That being said, that's pretty much nearly all of the items in Thaumic Tinkerer 2. However, there is one more video left, and that is going to be purely on all of the enchantments that's within Thaumic Tinkerer 2. So until then, guys, I've been the Tough Man. If this has been useful to you at all, please do use that like button, because it really, really would help the series and my channel as a whole. Until next time, I've been the Tough Man as always. Stay safe.